Hello family, today is July the 1st, 2014. I'm coming on today to do a sewing tutorial on this there dress. Yes family, I love this gown. It is a retro Butterick from the year of 48. This pattern here, I bought this about a year or so ago, and at that time I was within that range, and so this is the size that I bought at the time. However, yeah, your girl can do a 14 all day. At any rate, we are making this particular gown on today for me to wear to an all-white party given by my boy, no other than Morris Chestnut at Essence Music Festival on Friday night. So let's get started. Let's go. Okay, girls, this is what we're doing. When you first get your pattern, you're going to have the paper pieces. As you can see, my daughter has already cut out the paper pieces for me, so I'm already somewhat ahead of the game. So what you do when you get your pattern, you want to take your pamphlet out and you're going to pick which dress you're doing. I'm doing dress B. Now on dress B, it has like this yoke up in here is what it's called. I bought this as remnants, and I'm kind of, wanting to do something to this effect here. And for my sleeves, I bought a really nice shearing. For this material here, it isn't very thick. It is a cotton blend, and it's not very thick, and it's not but it's not forgiving at all. It doesn't have any form of stretch to it whatsoever. So just be mindful of which material you go for. And for this particular pattern, it did not really indicate for a stretch. Though, if you're a pretty good seamstress, you can make that work. It's no problem. So anyway, you on robe, as they're calling it, robe B, you go through and you pick out the letters that correspond with that gown. Okay, so I'm doing B, so everything that is for B is the ones that I would pick. Of course, this is not in English. So you pick the ones that all start with B, and you just start cutting out the pieces. Girls, regardless to how much material I have, I always stretch it. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm using this small little remnant piece for the pocket. Let's go. Again, we're using every ounce of material on this project. So, being that I have to cut out 4 pocket pieces, I have simply just overlaid the other cut out pocket onto this material. So we're just going to cut it out like that. Okay, girls, look, we ran into a little dilemma. Okay, now the pattern is actually wider than the material. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this material and we're going to open it up, and we're going to lay 2 big wide pieces and cut it out 2 wide flat pieces. So let me show you how to do that. Lay out your pattern so that now it can extend from corner to corner. Measure the length of the dress and give it about an extra, say an extra 2 inches, and we're going to cut it right around here. Lay the previous cut on top of fresh material and simply cut from this template. Now cut out your appropriate size.
A message has been received.
Girls, for the sleeve, we're using this very sheer material. I think it will lighten up. The other material isn't heavy at all, but it's heavier than this. But I wanted more of a shearing effect around my sleeves. So we're going to cut it out one at a time. You can double this material and cut 2 pieces at once. However, by this material being so thin, it's really creepy. You know what I'm saying? You have to really kind of fuss with it. So I'm just going to cut them out one at a time. Okay, ladies, I have simply folded this shirring in half. One thing about shirring material, it creeps and crawls, and it's hard to kind of keep it focused, if you will. But one thing I have found, that once you lay your pattern on the shirring, and then once you kind of hit that a little bit with your iron, then it kind of stays in place a little bit better. So being that I have to cut 4 of them, thus the reason I folded it in half. So as I'm cutting 4 as opposed to the 2 with the single fold. Let's go. Okay, my machine is threaded and ready to go. And what we're going to be doing is, first we're going to start on the bodice part of the yoke. The back was cut on a fold and it was 2 pieces. So basically you just follow your instructions, and we're going to so open the back, the 2 back pieces up, and we're going to sew them to whereas we're going to flip them, you won't see the seam. That will be the same for the front yoke as well. But if you simply follow the illustration here, let me get up on there close so you guys can see how it's saying. Because if you look at it on the corners, it's showing that you're going to flip that material inside out once you simply seam the sides. So let's do that right quick.